Welcome back to our channel. In this episode, we'll delve into the life of a legendary musician and the incredible legacy of the Notorious B.I.G. Beyond the stage lights and iconic lyrics, there was a man whose personal life was just as remarkable. Today, we'll uncover the untold story of Biggie's family, his children, and the extraordinary lifestyle they embraced. The Notorious B.I.G. was known for his impeccable taste, and his lifestyle mirrored his quest for excellence. Join us as we step inside stunning homes and discover the incredible net worth of the Notorious B.I.G. amassed throughout his illustrious career. Biggie grew up in the neighborhood of Bedford-Stuyvesant in Brooklyn, an area known for its vibrant culture, but also its socioeconomic challenges. His mother worked long hours to support the family, and young Christopher was often left to navigate the streets of Brooklyn on his own. Despite these challenges, Valletta Wallace provided a stable and loving home environment for her son. Biggie attended the Roman Catholic Bishop Lowland Memorial High School before transferring to George Washington House Career and Technical Education High School, where future rappers Jay-Z and Busta Rhymes were also students. Although he was a good student, he was more interested in the allure of the street life and eventually dropped out of high school at the age of 17. From a young age, Biggie showed a natural talent for music. He began rapping as a teenager, performing with local groups and gaining a reputation in his neighborhood for his skillful wordplay and distinctive voice. His early influences included a variety of musical genres, and he was particularly inspired by the storytelling aspects of rap music. As a teenager, Biggie became involved in criminal activities, including drug dealing. This was partly due to the economic hardships he faced and the influence of the street culture around him. His experiences in the streets of Brooklyn would later become a central theme in his music, adding authenticity and depth to his lyrics. Biggie's involvement in crime led to several run-ins with the law. He was arrested on weapons charges in 1989 and sentenced to 5 years of probation. In 1991, he was arrested on a probation violation and served 9 months in jail before making bail. These experiences reinforced the harsh realities of street life that he would vividly depict in his music. While still drug dealing, Biggie continued to hone his craft as a rapper. He recorded a demo tape under the name Biggie Smalls, a moniker inspired by a character in the 1975 film Let's Do It Again. The tape caught the attention of DJ Mr. C, who played it for The Source magazine. In March 1992, Biggie was featured in The Source's Unsigned Hype column, which highlighted promising unsigned artists. The demo tape also reached the ears of Sean Puffy Combs, a rising star in the music industry, who was working at Uptown Records at the time. Impressed by Biggie's talent, Combs signed him to his newly formed label, Bad Boy Records, in 1993. This marked the beginning of a transformative period in Biggie's career. Biggie's debut album, Ready to Die, was released on September 13, 1994. The album was a critical and commercial success, widely praised for its storytelling, lyrical complexity, and production quality. It depicted Biggie's life experiences, from his troubled upbringing to his aspirations for success. Key tracks and impact: Juicy. This lead single is an autobiographical track celebrating Biggie's rise from poverty to fame. It became an anthem of success and perseverance. Big Papa, a smooth, laid-back track that showcased Biggie's versatility and appeal to mainstream audiences. One More Chance. This remix of an album track became a massive hit, further solidifying Biggie's popularity. Ready to Die received widespread acclaim from critics and earned Biggie several award nominations, including a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Solo Performance for Big Papa. His ability to craft compelling stories and deliver them with a unique flow distinguished him from his peers. Rise of Junior MAFIA. In 1995, Biggie introduced his group, Junior MAFIA, which included his childhood friends and protege Lil Kim. Their debut album, Conspiracy, featured hits like Players Anthem and Get Money, and helped launch his careers of its members, particularly Lil Kim. Second album, Life After Death. Despite the ongoing feud, Biggie continued to work on his music. His second album, Life After Death, was completed and set for release in March 1997. The album showcased Biggie's growth as an artist, featuring a mix of hardcore rap, storytelling, and mainstream appeal. Key tracks: Hypnotize. This lead single became an instant hit and showcased Biggie's charismatic flow and catchy hits. Mo Money, Mo Problems. This track, featuring Puff Daddy and Maze, highlighted the complexities of fame and fortune. Rapper Notorious B.I.G's personal life. There is no doubt that the iconic late rapper opened doors for artists today, with all that he brought to the music scene. While the juicy rapper's legacy lives on, so does the story of his life, including his children, his past relationships, and more. Charlie Baltimore, 1996 to March 1997. Biggie was dating American rapper and songwriter Charlie Baltimore at the time of his death in March 1997. The upcoming rapstress began her musical career when she met the Notorious B.I.G. in the summer of 1995. The pair then got into a romantic relationship. In an interview, Baltimore said she met Biggie when he performed in Philadelphia, which was her hometown. After the performance, Baltimore proceeded to ask Biggie for a photo. They both stood outside the venue taking photos of each other, and from that moment, the pair bonded. Faith Evans, July 1994 to March 1997. Biggie Smalls and Faith Evans were once hip-hop's favorite power couples. The pair got married in 1994 after knowing each other for 8 days before tying the knot. The pair met due to being a part of the same record label, Bad Boy Records. In an interview, Evans claimed that she was attracted to Biggie's confidence in himself. One day, Biggie was looking for a ride to Brooklyn and decided to ask her for one. She gave him a ride and the couple hit it off right away. In an interview with Vibe magazine, Biggie revealed that he fell fast and hard for Evans. Wendy Williams. In 2013, Wendy Williams discussed Lil Kim's plastic surgery on her talk show. When Lil Kim caught the wind of what Wendy had said about her, the rap star fired back with the alleged secret of Wendy's. On the show, Wendy said, "She's been getting stuff like done, filled. It looks so tight now, Kim. It looks like a pin would just pop you." Lil Kim. Biggie Smalls and Lil Kim were in a relationship for 3 years before he got killed in Los Angeles. The rapper first spotted Lil Kim during a rap battle in the streets of Brooklyn, New York in 1993. One day, Biggie stopped Kim and she rapped for him. When the pair first began dating, Biggie was still in a relationship with his girlfriend and baby mama, Jan Jackson. The rapper eventually called off the relationship with Jackson, and he refused to hide his new lover, Kim. While still being with Lil Kim, Biggie married Faith Evans in 1994 and got with Charlie Baltimore in 1995. The relationship was turbulent, as the rapper was still seeing other women while he was with her. Notorious B.I.G., 2 children. Tiana and Christopher Jr. are all grown up now and thriving at that. Christopher took to the stage at the 2017 Billboard Music Awards and paid homage to his late great father. Christopher Jordan Wallace, or CJ, was born in 1986, and his mother is Faith Evans. Faith and Biggie were married from 1994 to 1997 until Biggie's death. Although they were separated at the time, CJ was less than 5 months old when his father passed away. He followed in his parents' footsteps and entered the entertainment industry and has participated in various movie projects. Tiana is the product of Biggie's relationship with his high school sweetheart, Jan Jackson. She is a Penn State graduate and fashion designer, and was only 3 years old when her father was killed. At a 2017 Billboard Music Awards, Christopher Jr. took the stage alongside Sean Diddy Combs to pay homage to his father and to premiere a trailer of a documentary about Biggie's life and death. The rapper was killed in a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles in 1997. Last year marked the 20th death anniversary, and although he left the earth far too young, at 24, his legacy is being kept alive by fans and most importantly by his kids. Like his nemesis, Tupac, Biggie's death remains a mystery to this day, and his killer has remained in the dark. However, grieving family members believe the rapper's death is an open secret that has been swept under the carpet. His feud with his former friend, Tupac, became what ultimately ended his life. After Pac was shot by an unidentified killer in September 6, 1996, Biggie was the primary suspect, even though he declared his innocence. At that point, he realized that his beef with the dead Tupac had become fatal, and he talked about securing peace between both coasts. But sadly, he did not live long enough to get the peace he wanted. On March the 9th, 1997, Biggie was shot in a drive-by shooting shortly after leaving a party. Despite being rushed to a hospital, he unfortunately lost his life. His death proved to be a bitter pill for his fans and family to swallow. And more than 2 decades later, his mother continues to grieve her son. Tiana, who was expressed, she didn't inherit her father's musical talent, paid homage to the man differently, but also creativity. She's the CEO of Notorious Clothing, and on an interview back in June with Music Exclusives TV, she said, "The Wallace name is big, I'm not gonna lie. I tried to just continue the legacy. That's why I started my clothing line dedicated to him. I'm not into music, I don't rap or anything. So I was like, let me do something that I love, dedicated to him." She also revealed that she and Christopher are partners in crime. And now that she's moved into New York, they're closer than ever. The 21-year-old rapper and actor was recently featured as one of the main characters on MTV series Scream. The Notorious B.I.G. was an iconic American rapper who had a net worth equal to $10 million at the time of his death. Notorious B.I.G.'s famed Brooklyn home is set up for sale at $1.7 million, the Post can report. Both Christopher George Latour Wallace, the legendary New York rapper, owned the apartment in 1994 and resided there with his wife, Faith Evans, and her daughter, China Tajiri Griffin. While living at the residence located in the Fort Greene neighborhood, Biggie Smalls released one of his most notable albums, Ready to Die. The 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom duplex is just blocks away from the street that was named after the iconic musician. The enormity of Biggie's legacy may be felt through the countless depictions of him in street art and murals across the city. The rapper grew up in Clifton Hill at 266 Street James Palace. His childhood apartment now rents for more than $4,000 a month, the Post previously reported. Other features include a newly installed chef's kitchen, 12-foot high ceilings, an immense arched window, a wood-burning brick fireplace, and large timber beams. The building itself attracted American Horror Story actor Dennis O'Hara, who resided in the building for 20 years. The Notorious B.I.G. car collection. 1964 Chevrolet Impala. The 1964 Chevrolet Impala was a classic car of the 1990s. Who could forget the 1999 Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg music video for Still DRE? They are incredible and a lot of fun to look at. Vintage, lowrider cars with hydraulics are always cool. These Chevy Impalas seem to be the most customizable cars. When it is fixed up well enough, it looks gorgeous. Range Rover. Although this is the third time a Jeep is appearing on this list, this vehicle was a little different. It appears in Biggie's work more prominently than some of the other vehicles he mentioned over the years. In fact, the rapper actually mentioned the Range Rover 5 different times in 5 recordings over the years. It is worth mentioning at this point, according to one of Biggie's friends, the rapper did not drive. He preferred to be driven around by other people. 1997 E36 BMW M3. When we think of all of Biggie's car references, the one that is arguably the most memorable in the rapper's repertoire is a shout-out in Hypnotize, one of his biggest hits ever. In the song, at one point he raps, "Dare I squeeze 3 at your cherry M3? Bang every MC easily, busily." Although in the song, Biggie is talking about the car being owned by enemies and not himself personally. That does not mean he disliked the car necessarily. The fact that he chose the classic 90s BMW car specifically was a major compliment. Ford Gran Torino. Another car referenced very quickly on the song Hypnotize is the Ford Gran Torino, popularized by Starsky and Hutch. In the song, Biggie has the line, "Papa and Puff, close like Starsky and Hutch, stick the clutch." This is another case of a vehicle Biggie did not personally own, but the fact that it was on his radar is huge. And look at this car. How could anyone not like this thing?